You've probably been told that to apologize in Italian you say scusa. Wrong. It's one thing to apologize for accidentally stepping on someone's foot, and another to express your sympathy or regret for something more serious. There is no one catchphrase to say sorry in Italian. Now the purpose of this lesson is to help you to expand your vocabulary so you can properly apologize for all things big and small. But before we get started, make sure you download your free cheat sheet for this lesson, which includes all the rules and examples I'm about to share with you. Just click on the link in the description below this video. Are you ready? Cominciamo! The most common word to say sorry in Italian is in fact scusa, which comes from the verb
scusare,
to excuse. You'll hear it constantly in everyday life. Attenzione! Keep in mind that many phrases that are used to apologize in Italian can only be used in either formal or informal situations. Scusa, for example, can be used with a friend or someone you know well, but it's not appropriate to use it in more formal situations, such as when you're addressing the elderly, doctors, professors, people that you're not quite acquainted with yet, staff working in a pharmacy, shops, restaurants, and so on. Basically anyone you don't know well or with a high social ranking. Here is how to use the verb scusare according to the number of people you're talking to and the context.
Scusa, scusami.
Use this to say sorry to one person in a casual, informal situation.
Scusi, mi scusi.
Use this to say sorry to one person in a formal situation.
Scusate, scusatemi.
Use this to say sorry to more than one person. So when can you use these phrases? Well, there are two main cases when the forms of scusare are suitable. When you did something wrong or bad, accidentally or not, and when you want to get someone's attention before asking for something. The former corresponds to the English sorry, while the latter is the equivalent of excuse me. We can use connectors like
Ma,
but,
per,
for,
che,
that,
se.
if, to create full sentences to say sorry in Italian. Here are some example sentences using scusare.
Scusa se ti disturbo.
Sorry if I'm bothering you.
Mi scusi, come ha detto che si chiama?
Sorry, what was your name again?
Scusate se sono stato un po' assente ultimamente.
Sorry if I was a bit absent lately.
Scusa, ma non posso uscire con te stasera.
Sorry, but I can't go out with you tonight.
Scusa per ieri.
Sorry about yesterday.
Mi scusi, è libero questo posto?
Excuse me, is this seat free?
Scusa, sai che ore sono?
Excuse me, do you know what time it is? Another word you can use to get someone's attention is with prego. Now, an alternative but less common phrase for saying sorry in Italian is
Mi scuso.
from the reflexive verb scusarsi, literally to excuse oneself or to apologize. This is mostly found in formal situations or in the written form, for instance, when you're writing a formal letter. For example,
Mi scuso per la risposta tardiva.
I apologize for the delayed reply. Another very common phrase is
Mi dispiace.
which comes from the verb
Dispiacere.
meaning to be sorry or to regret, literally to be displeasing. Unlike the phrases that we can say with scusare, mi dispiace doesn't reference the person we're talking to. We can say that mi dispiace is the most versatile of all because you don't have to think about the formal or informal versions or the gender or the number. Its meaning, however, is much different from scusa. You can say scusa for something that you did or accidentally caused, but you use mi dispiace to express regret for something unfortunate or a serious situation, like a friend who didn't pass their exam or someone passing away. Here are some examples.
Mi dispiace che tu non abbia passato l'esame.
I'm sorry you didn't pass the exam.
Mi dispiace molto per la tua perdita.
I'm really sorry for your loss. Attenzione, be careful. Notice that in this case, mi dispiace and scusa are not interchangeable. Mi dispiace also means to feel sorry for someone. For example,
Mario ha avuto un anno difficile. Mi dispiace per lui.
Mario has had a rough year. I feel sorry for him. We can also use it to make an apology, in which case, mi dispiace is normally accompanied by an additional sentence explaining what you're apologizing for. For example,
Mi dispiace, ma non posso venire con te alla festa stasera.
I'm sorry, but I can't come to the party with you tonight.
Mi dispiace di non averti richiamato ieri.
I'm sorry that I didn't call you back yesterday. An alternative is mi spiace. This phrase carries the same meaning as mi dispiace, but it is slightly informal. For example,
Ho finito il caffè. Mi spiace.
I ran out of coffee. Sorry. If you add the negation non in front of mi dispiace, you're no longer apologizing. Saying non mi dispiace is just like saying I don't mind in English. Take a look at this example.
Ti piace il posto? Non mi dispiace.
Do you like the place? I don't mind it. Saying mi dispiace can sound a bit over the top in situations where you've accidentally bumped into someone on the bus or are quickly apologizing for being late, or you need to ask someone to repeat themselves because you haven't understood what they've said. You're basically overemphasizing the apology. In these situations, saying scusami, scusatemi, or mi scusi will sound more natural. Here are some examples.
Mi scusi, non l'avevo vista.
Sorry, I didn't see you.
Scusate il ritardo.
Sorry, I'm late.
Scusa, puoi ripetere?
Sorry, can you say that again? I didn't get that. Another option for apologizing in Italian is with the verb
Perdonare.
meaning to forgive. Take a look at these examples.
Perdonami.
Use this when addressing one person in an informal context.
Mi perdoni.
Use this when addressing one person in a formal context.
Perdonatemi.
Use this when addressing multiple people. Now these are more or less equivalent to the English pardon or forgive me. They're less frequently used and are slightly more formal than saying scusami, mi scusi, and scusatemi. Again, use these phrases with connectors to make full sentences. Take a look at these examples.
Perdonami, ma ho avuto un contrattempo.
Forgive me, I've been held up.
Mi perdoni se la contatto solo ora.
Forgive me for only contacting you now.
Perdonatemi per avervi offeso.
Forgive me for offending you at all.
Perdonami, ho esagerato.
Pardon me, I exaggerated. Another way to ask for forgiveness is with the verb
Chiedere.
which means to ask. Together with some nouns, it creates some fixed sentences, such as
Ti chiedo scusa.
I apologize. Literally, I ask you to excuse me.
Ti chiedo scusa dal cuore.
I apologize from my heart.
Ti chiedo perdono.
I ask or beg you for forgiveness.
Ti chiedo immensamente perdono.
I ask or beg you for forgiveness immensely. All these sentences are in the informal form and addressed to one person. You can change ti to le to make it formal, or you can change it to vi to address multiple people. For example, le chiedo scusa or vi chiedo scusa. So how do you respond to someone who's apologized to you in Italian? Well, you have quite a few alternatives. Here are 6 of the most common.
Non preoccuparti. Non si preoccupi. Non preoccupatevi.
Don't worry. Literally, don't worry yourself.
Figurati. Si figuri. Figuratevi.
No problem. It's okay. No worries.
Non c'è problema.
No problem.
Non fa niente.
It's nothing.
Va tutto bene.
It's all good.
Tranquillo. Tranquilla. Tranquilli. Tranquille.
Easy. This one literally means calm or be calm. It's very informal, but it's used a lot. Be sure to change it so it agrees in gender and number of the person you're talking to. To keep practicing these new terms and phrases, don't forget to download your free cheat sheet for this lesson. Just click on the link in the description below this video. And be sure to watch this video here where I walk you through step by step how to cheat your way to fluency in Italian. It's a real game changer. Enjoyed this lesson? Got a trip coming up or want to communicate with your Italian partner or relatives in Italian? Now you can learn Italian with my unique 80-20 method. Just visit intrepiditalian.com where you'll find my popular online self-paced video courses used by thousands of students around the world. Ciao, a presto!